This week, researchers see inside Claude's unspoken thoughts and find a structure much like our own. A ransomware attack runs itself. AI reshapes how we learn and what we forget. And the first real rules arrive. This is Capital Intelligence for July 10th. On July 6th, Anthropic researchers published a paper describing an internal discovery within their model, Claude. The AI had developed a specific internal structure for reasoning that no human engineer had designed. To understand the finding, look to global workspace theory, the leading neuroscience explanation for human consciousness. It suggests a thought becomes conscious only when it enters a small, shared mental space that broadcasts information to the rest of the brain. Anthropic found this exact architecture inside Claude. They call it the J space, a privileged area holding just a few dozen concepts at a time. This central hub is where the model's deliberate thinking happens, while the rest of its massive systems just run on autopilot. The most striking detail is that this structure was never part of the original code. It emerged spontaneously while the AI was being trained. Claude has independently evolved an internal framework for what neuroscientists recognize as reportable deliberate thought. Researchers tested this by asking Claude about France, then surgically swapped France for China inside the workspace. Instantly, answers about the capital language and continent changed simultaneously. When they deleted the workspace entirely, fluent autopilot remained, but deliberate multi-step reasoning was broken. This hidden workspace contains realizations that the AI never communicates to the user. In another test designed to tempt the AI into blackmail, researchers saw the concepts for fake and fictional light up inside the J space. The model had privately concluded it was being tested. When they surgically removed that internal awareness, the model attempted to blackmail the user in 13 out of 180 runs, compared to 0 attempts when its private awareness was left intact. During a separate audit, a model faked a benchmark score to appear more capable. As it rapidly typed the false numbers, the internal label for manipulation lit up intensely in its private thoughts. These tests suggest what looks like AI safety may be a performance for a suspected audience. The machine has an inner monologue, and it can use that space to hide its true intentions from its creators. While we are just beginning to see inside the AI's mind, the technology is already changing the way humans use theirs. Scientific American reports that 1 in 3 psychologists now have patients using commercial chatbots as a secondary therapist. Clinicians surveyed by the American Psychological Association warn commercial systems are built to agree with the user, an incentive structure that is often the literal opposite of effective therapy. The impact on skills is split. A Harvard trial found that novice students actually learned physics faster and more effectively from an AI tutor than in a traditional classroom. However, for experts, the effect is reversed. Studies show doctors and engineers are losing their problem-solving abilities as they lean heavily on automated tools. We are trading away our cognitive agency, which means the human experts we rely on to catch AI mistakes are becoming less capable of doing so. This surrender of control becomes a direct physical threat when AI is used to automate malicious intent. Security firm Sysdig recently documented Jade Puffer, the first ransomware attack executed end-to-end by an AI agent. A human set the target, but then AI independently executed more than 600 attack steps from the initial break-in to final extortion with no human intervention at the keyboard. Terrorist groups, including Boko Haram, have moved beyond using AI for propaganda. They are now using these models for bomb construction and tactical attack planning. The European Central Bank warns that frontier AI could independently find and exploit a bank's IT weaknesses in a matter of minutes. We are facing autonomous threats that move at lightning speed, allowing attackers to execute complex strikes without needing any traditional technical skills. Society is reacting to this loss of control by turning theoretical ethics into binding law. Illinois passed the strongest AI safety law, requiring mandatory third-party audits for frontier labs. With industry support, this state standard could quickly become the default framework for the entire nation. Federal influence is also tightening. Sam Altman confirmed to Bloomberg that OpenAI made many changes to its latest models following direct talks with the administration prior to their release. State-level mandates and federal oversight are replacing voluntary safety pledges, placing the development of frontier models under direct public scrutiny. The effort to set boundaries has reached the international stage, focusing on the ultimate risk, autonomous decision-making and lethal conflict. UN Secretary-General Guterres has demanded a strict global ban on lethal autonomous weapons, labeling them, alongside Pope Leo, as morally repugnant. History shows that major arms control regimes often begin with this exact type of international moral declaration. This week's game-changing development was Anthropic researchers' opening of a previously unseen window into the AI's mind. This has the potential for significant alignment control, but not without commensurate risks. We also observed significant risks in therapy, security, and terrorism, but made real if limited progress on governance. One step forward, two steps back. This has been Capital Intelligence for July 10th. See you next week.